What's going on YouTube? It's me, Sean, and I'm back with the second part of Thinkful Bootcamp's review. Currently, I'm in my 4th week, and I have almost completed Unit 2 of the program, which is JavaScript. In my last video, I stated that if you do not have any coding experience and you're considering joining Thinkful's Bootcamp, the full-time flex program, you should take the time to learn some basic CSS, HTML, and I am going to add JavaScript to that list. That seems to be an ongoing theme with these reviews, so I would say also some jQuery. The next unit in the program is jQuery. I don't know what to expect from it, but every other lesson that I've had to complete thus far, it would have been easier had I taken the time before to learn some basic HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Mind you, this is coming from a complete beginner, someone that had no coding experience prior to joining the bootcamp. Just to be clear, this program does cover a lot about JavaScript, but for a beginner, it just does not go far enough into detail to explain JavaScript. That seems to be a theme with programming. One thing every programmer must learn is how to solve issues. The course is not cut and dry, one-size-fits-all type of learning environment. What I am learning that as you become a programmer, a coder, engineer, however you choose to describe it, you are going to have to learn to solve problems with whatever resources you have or can get your hands on. After 4 weeks of being in the class, I will classify this course as an accelerated course. Thinkful's website advertises that you can complete the full-time flex bootcamp within 6 months if a student dedicates 20 to 30 hours of study time each week. That may prove true for someone who has some sort of coding experience, but for a complete beginner who has no experience prior to joining the bootcamp, is going to require a lot more. The program offers a lot of extra reading material. Up until this point, everything that I have learned through reading and practical application. The reading is not just from the course. They direct you to other sites and resources that they recommend you read in order to get a better understanding of the topic at hand. W3 Schools, Mozilla Development, and Stack Overflow are a few examples of readings to resources that this program offers to help with specific topics that you're working on currently at that time. In my previous video, I spoke about the benefits of the mentor and the program manager. The mentor goes without saying. He or she, in my case, he, does help fill a lot of the gaps the course does not fill. In my previous video, I also mentioned that my program manager invited myself and other students to a lunch at a startup company. Well, we went to that lunch. The name of the company was called Upside. Upside is a startup small business travel company. You can Google them if you like, but what they offer is travel packages to small business owners or employees of small businesses that have to travel. The package that they offer covers the airfare, hotel, rental car if needed, Uber, another source of transportation if that is required. One unique service about the company is that they are the go-to for any issues that arise between the customer and between the client and whatever entity they're dealing with while traveling, be it the airlines, the hotel, or the rental car. You don't have to deal with them specifically. You can deal with Upside, and they will resolve your issues. But we weren't there to discuss what the company offers. We were there to speak to industry professionals, ask them questions, pick their brains about what it takes to, or what we as students or soon to be graduates, not me, several of the other students there were either recently completed the program or nearing the completion of the program. What to expect while seeking employment in this field. During the 2-hour lunch meeting, they gave some valuable insight as to what to expect or what future programmers should expect when trying to enter the programming field. I am not going to discuss everything. I'm not going to go too much into what was discussed, but one thing I will say that I took from it, one of the many things, is that as a beginning programmer, you should be working on as many projects as possible. Not necessarily projects for a company or your employer, but if you are not employed in the field and you can get the opportunity to work on a project, you should take advantage of the opportunity and work on as many projects as possible. So I'll leave it there. So currently I do not have access to the entire program of the Thinkful Full Time Flex Bootcamp. The reason is I have to pass a certain requirement to gain access to the full course. As I complete Unit 2, the JavaScript program, I've already been through HTML, CSS, and almost completed JavaScript. The next course is jQuery. And after this course, I have to create a quiz app, an interactive quiz app that users can take a short test and take a quiz. That code, along with the first course interview, is what determines if a student can either stay into the program or, well, it doesn't say you will not be accepted into the program, but what it does say is you will have a meeting with your program manager to determine your future options or your steps moving forward. Well, to me that sounds like the way they get students out, or students get out of the program if it's just becoming to be too much. So that's where I am right now. At the lunch with the startup company, the program manager stated that there's another dinner with another company on the horizon. Those details have not been released yet, but I'm just going to get as much knowledge as possible. There isn't too much more to say about the course at this point. I think in my next video I'm going to bring you up to speed with the progress I'm getting along with the quiz app when I get to that point. I have not quite started the jQuery portion of the program yet, so I do not know how much time they have allocated to get that portion done. As you go through the course, they give you a projected date and suggested amount of time it should take to complete each course. As you enter a new course or a new section, it will tell you this should take about an hour or 1 to 2 hours, or the block of sections should take about 25 to 30 hours and so on. So as I finish up JavaScript, I am pretty excited to get to the jQuery portion. I have no idea what to expect in that portion. I believe that I am going to take a few hours to sit down and learn some jQuery basics before I actually go through that part. Maybe take my own advice and see how it goes from there. So this is the second video. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to ask me down in the comments. If you want to see the first video I posted about joining Thinkful Bootcamp, I'll leave the video a card for the video somewhere around here. And I'm looking forward to making part 3 of the series. That's it for now. I'll see you next time.